Welcome to day 5 of this 30-day weight loss challenge. Now during day 3 I shared an eating plan for you. Just some techniques, some ideas, things that have worked successfully for my clients over the years. One of the points on that plan was ultimately getting you to stop dieting, getting you to find out what's going to be successful for you. So during this lesson, that's one of the things that I'm actually going to teach you. I'm going to teach you how you can stop dieting. I'm going to teach you how you can actually find out what's going to be successful for you. And in order to do this, during today's lesson, I'll be teaching you the importance of keeping a food diary. Now, keeping a food diary can be really important, especially if you want to break the cycle of dieting. Keeping a food diary means that you'll learn what works for you, what things don't work for you. So what I've done is I've prepared just a worksheet that you can actually download and begin to start filling out. And again, you can download this worksheet at my weight loss blog, the Inside Out Approach /blog. So with regards to this worksheet, some of the important things you'll see within the worksheet is you'll see the week number, you'll see the date, and then you can just a column where you can actually record your weight. Now in a sense, these sheets, once you fill out, actually keep these sheets. These sheets will be actually a gold mine of information, things that are going to be successful for you. So as I said, make sure you write it in the week number, so week 1, week 2, week 3. Then in this column you'll see your meals. So write down the main meals that you've actually had that day. If you've had any snacks, then write down those snacks. Write down how much water you've actually drank that day. If you've done any exercise, then mark that in that particular column. And do that then day by day. Then once you actually weigh yourself, if you are going to actually weigh yourself, you'll then know if what you've done has been successful. If you've weighed yourself and your weight's come down, then what you've done has worked for you that week. If you've weighed yourself and your weight has stayed the same, then you can actually use this food diary as an idea of what things can you change. Likewise, if your weight has increased, then again you can use this food diary to make changes the following week. Because if you keep doing what you've always done, then your weight isn't going to come down. But if you can begin to learn, begin to make changes, make adjustments, then you'll begin to discover that your weight then does actually come down. You'll then know exactly what works for you. So with regards to your meals, make sure that you're honest with yourself. Make sure that you include actually everything that you've actually had that day. So likewise, if you've had a jacket potato, then yes, that might be an healthy option for you. But if you've put butter on that jacket potato, if you've put cheese on that jacket potato, then make sure that you also record what actually went on in that jacket potato. That way then you've got an honest view of what you've actually had during that week, and by having that honest view, as I said, you can then make changes, adjustments if needed. Because a lot of times when it comes down to reducing your weight, then small changes can really make that big difference. So let's imagine if one of your main meals was, I don't know, jacket potato with cheese on it. Then maybe, and your weight stayed the same or your weight is increased, then maybe you might think, well, what I'll do next week is rather than having, I don't know, cheese on my jacket potato, I'll have beans on my jacket potato. So by making small adjustments, testing that adjustment out throughout that week, then when you weigh yourself, you'll know exactly if that adjustment has worked for you. If it hasn't worked for you, again, you can then go back to your food diary and again make changes the following week. By keeping the food diary, you can, as I said, then find out what's going to work, what's going to be successful for you. Also likewise, as I said, make sure that you're also recording the week number. Then if for some reason your weight's coming down, then what you're doing is working. But if further along you reach a bit of a plateau, if your weight increases a little bit, you can then think to yourself, well, what's worked in the past, what's been successful? You can then actually then revisit these sheets, revisit this food diary, and then begin to apply those same principles again. They've worked for you in the past, so they're going to work again. So that's the idea of keeping a food diary. So ultimately you can find what works for you. So it's useful to keep this food diary for the next few weeks or the next few months. You do what you feel is going to work for you. It's not a case of you're going to do it for the rest of your life. The idea of keeping the food diary is so you can break free from dieting. The idea of keeping that food diary is so you ultimately know what's going to work for you. Once you've got that information, once you know what works, as I say, you can then stop keeping that food diary because you know what to do in order to be successful with your weight. So as I said, the food diary can be downloaded at my weight loss blog again, which is theinsideoutapproach.com/blog.